Okay, guys, we're back again with one more podcast. Last time we did something around water, so we'll do something similar and simple, which is around walking, the habit of walking, what benefits we get, and how we are able to manage, how we should manage walking, and it can be part of a life. Uh, and in fact, they say walking is the simplest workout anyone can do. In fact, it stands true. Whatever gym equipment that we have, or whatever treadmills or whatever heavy equipment we have, the simplest thing anyone can try from 18 to 80 is walking. So it's very profound, the benefits that we get from walking. So I have people again in the panel who will discuss various benefits about walking, and I'll probably put each of them on spotlight to talk about it. And yeah, we'll share their point of view, since they've also been coaching people for a long time right now, how they're able to track their clients walk as well, make walking as part of their life at the same time, how they're able to imbibe walking into their lifestyle is something which we all ought to understand and know better. So quickly, I'll go to Prakash can start. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Shalendra, for inviting me. See, walking is, as you mentioned, like very profound exercise, and anyone can do, as you rightly mentioned. I'll talk about like why walking and rather than why to be active. See, everyone wants to live more, like they want to live 80, 90, 100 years because see, in your olden days, let's say when you are 40 or 50 or 60s, you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of money, you can enjoy a lot if you're healthy, and that is the time people they become sick, and whatever the luxuries they have, they are not able to enjoy that. So what actually happens is, if you are not walking or if you are not active, definitely your lifespan comes down, because if you are not walking, it will lead to hypertension, it will lead to obesity and lot other problems. Even I was recently studying about an article. A lot of research has gone to like where cancers, okay, if people are not walking properly, they are not working out, cancers are coming because of our inactivity or sedentary lifestyle. So it's very important to be active, and be you take any medium, uh, be it walking, exercise, anything. It's very important to be active, and walking is like something, because we have a lot of muscles around our thighs and all. So even to maintain all those muscles, also walking is one of the profound exercises. So going forward, we'll discuss in detail about why walking and all these things. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, Sandeep, you got your mic fixed? Yeah, Sandeep, you can go.
Yeah, so in fact, as you rightly said, Shailendra, so walking is the simplest form of exercise, people from age of 18 to 80 can, simply follow this simple exercise. And in fact, according to American Health, Medical Association, just 2.5 hours of walking in a week can reduce your risk of heart disease by 30%. Can you believe it? So that
Wow.
is why, yeah, in fact, I recommend almost to all of my clients walking because it's very simple and it can be doable everywhere. There is, no such thing that you require a certain space, to do that. You can, in fact, do it at home. So, yeah, so in fact, there is a need, in present times, especially when people are working from home, where they are having a sedentary lifestyle. Walking is something that can help them to change from sedentary lifestyle to an active lifestyle. And of course, it's very simple and it can be, become a part of your lifestyle, by just making certain, small, changes. So, in fact, we will discuss on this topic, in detail going further. So, I'm really excited and thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, cool. In fact, one thing why I recommend walking is because people are happy when they give, like when I give walking. People somehow hate this habit of working out. They want something simple. So I recommend something like walking, which they are also happy. I'm also happy end of the day. But if you go a little deeper, in fact, walking has a lot of benefits. In fact, it cannot replace any workout. In fact, like both of you mentioned, in fact, if you see, uh, there are innumerable benefits when you walk, right? Starting from I'll talk about benefits, so probably you can take over from there. Uh, when you walk, in fact, you will have dopamine release. Let's say you walk in the morning, we'll have dopamine release. We'll feel active when you walk. You will have that. leptin gets released, so you feel active and you feel that push from the morning. So when you walk, you have the sense of command over the decisions that you make, right? So when you to explain a little bit about leptin resistance, I'll take a couple of minutes here. It's like a hormone that your brain releases when you walk or do any workout for that matter. But when you do that, you have more power to control what you talk. To just help people understand in a simpler format, let's say when you walk and someone offers you, you go office and someone offers you a sweet or something, but the intention of you is not to take it, right? You don't want to take that sweet because it's not right for you. But when you don't have activity, what happens is you don't have leptin released into your body, and you succumb to all these small pleasures, right? You feel like, okay, let me take it, right? But let's say you when you work out, you have the power to say no. You tell, you know what, I don't need it, I don't want it, right? So walking is not about just calorie burning or something, but it has a lot of benefit. In fact, when you walk, like I told, dopamine, leptin release, all that, great. Along with it, your liver starts functioning better, kidneys start functioning better. It's good for your heart health as well. So, and your blood flow, there's more blood flow in your lower part of the body, especially your legs. They need that kind of the movement in every day, right? So that is where, if it's a irreplaceable habit that all of us can, do it. Imagine, if someone had to do gym, and imagine after 50s and 60s, it becomes even difficult to even lift weights, right? So the simplest thing is, we can take up walking, build a habit, and continue with the rest of our life. And in fact, has un, un, I mean, an uncountable number of benefits, that I could, think about. So probably you can also share your point of view how walking can help give you benefits in all areas of health. Over to you
Yeah.
guys.
So I'll go little scientific terms. Okay, so it's very easy. See, something called telomeres. Okay, so what happens when like when we are sitting down and we are not working out, the telomeres, like, they are nothing but the DNA proteins. Okay, and they get deteriorated if we are not working out or we are not walking. Okay, so whenever the cells are dividing, some amount of telomeres are deteriorating. Okay, and that telomeres, they decide how much time our cells can get divided, and eventually that our lifespan. Okay, so when we are very sedentary, we are like, we are not walking, we are not doing anything, those telomeres are like getting consumed very fast. So we are going towards dying very fast. So if you are walking, definitely you can increase your lifespan by a significant amount of time, at least 10-15 years, if you walk around 30 minutes in a day, kind of. So that is one thing. And even I really experience this, that whenever I get frustrated, okay, everyone gets frustrated sometime. So I go for a walk, I go for like around river or some places where I can get good breathe and good air. And when I walk, like, I don't put watch with myself, I keep mobile away and I just walk. There is no limitation for time for me. I take whatever the time, whatever my body tells to walk. And definitely when I come back, I have different kind of energy, I have different kind of perception about the things. Totally mood is changed, and definitely it feels amazing. So as you rightly mentioned, walking is not just to lose weight or just to be active. It totally changes our mood and definitely make us a better being altogether. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good, Chalit.
Yeah, so in fact, walking has many benefits, as you rightly said, Shalindra. And one of those benefits is like definitely it reduces the risk of your cardiovascular disease. And it's because, our human body is never designed, to sit idle. So we need to keep moving, right? And so when you walk, your chances of getting a heart disease, in fact, it helps you to strengthen your muscles and bones as well. And recently, there is a study saying that people who are affected by COVID, at least once are having a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. And for such people, in fact, studies suggest that little bit of activity as simple as walking will definitely help them, to avoid such risks. And not only that, yes, as Sri Prakash has rightly said, walking also, curbs the cancer cells, and it helps to make our day active. And in fact, in one of the research, it has been proved that walking helps to reduce the stress as well, And in fact, Sri Prakash has shared his experience, how he goes for a walk and how he, feels free, and how his perspective of things changes when he goes for a walk. Yeah. Um, to you, Shailendra.
Yeah, cool. I think all of us shared very valid points. To sum up, right? In fact, if you see the most common problems in the current age, right? For example, hypertension, diabetes type 2, thyroid, be it PCOD, PCOS in women health, or be it some kind of cancers, or be it weight loss. If you can walk, in fact, you can stay away from all these. I mean, at least you can make sure that you maintain your body in the right way going forward. At least when you walk, it will not worsen the condition for sure, right? In fact, if you walk, your sugar level drops. If you walk, you feel stress free, right? You have better control of your blood hypertension levels, right? I mean, hypertension. And if you walk, in fact, you'll be definitely thyroid. You have to walk 50,000 steps in a day. So if you see every lifestyle issue, right, walking can show tremendous results. It's not just something. Studies show that, in fact, when you walk, you are much better off. Unless you have a condition where doctor tells you not to walk, or a condition where you cannot walk, I think it would recommend you to really, walk for in multiple chunks in a day, where you have you walk multiple times, where you feel active throughout the day. And if you have benefits of walking, why don't we split it and do it multiple times in a day, and you will enjoy the benefit of walking, right? So on that note, I'll move quickly to how you guys recommend walking as a part of habit. How you make it a habit. How you make sure that, I'm sure you have clients where they would have not even walked at all, and right now they're walking 15,000 steps sometimes, right? Based on their time bandwidth and all that. How you guys imbibing the habit of walking into their lifestyle?
Yeah, so when it comes to building any habit, it is very important to attach that habit to something, some existing habit. Okay, so for example, once they had their breakfast, or once they had their lunch or dinner, so if we attach that walking habit with these things, definitely they will not forget. At least once you had food, you'll go for some walk. Let's say it is just a 10 minute of walk, and if you do 3 times in a day, it is 30 minutes done. You don't have to search, like don't have to find extra slot for it. And definitely after eating, you are not going to do some miracle and all. Okay, so it's fine to go for 10 minutes of walk. And especially we mess up the days when we are at home. Let's say when we go to office, we plan our day and it goes in very nice way. We complete whatever the goals we plan, 10,000 steps, 12,000 steps, whatever it is. But when we are at home, and definitely those habits somehow we mess up, then for, let's say, on Sundays and all, what I recommend them is, you go for walking. Let's say you don't go to same places. Okay, let's say you go to different places every time. Okay, for example, this Sunday you plan for a long walk, you take some of friend with yourself, and definitely you'll enjoy that walking. It will not be a boring job where you are just walking, walking, walking. You can discuss a lot of things, and you can enjoy that trip. You go for 4 kilometer walk, 5 kilometer walk, and really you'll feel really fresh. At the same time, some days, let's say in morning, you go for 15 minute or 20-minute walk. So you don't take the same path. You ask your kid to go with yourself. You can ask your wife to go with yourself. So they will also get benefit, and you will also get benefit. So if we take all, and their relationships also will improve in this sense. So definitely, if we do in this way, walking will be a pleasure experience.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So in fact, these days, a lot of people are going through, hectic work schedules and with back-to-back meetings. Whenever, they approach me, they'll have this fear, will they be able to incorporate, certain lifestyle changes, because of their busy schedule. But in fact, few tips, what I will do is I'll split their goal of walking or the number of steps during the day, because the idea is not to do walking for at a stretch for 1 or 2 hours and sit idle for the entire day, because that is not that doesn't give you a great benefit. So what I will do is I will ask them to split it. So early in the morning, I'll recommend few minutes of walk in a fresh air. Especially I'll ask them to go to any public parks, or an area where it's little bit close to nature, because that helps you to start kickstart your day with a positive note. because you will get a lot of oxygen. You will feel fresh and good enough to start your day. And then if somebody is going through back-to-back meetings, what I would recommend them is, if their presence is not much required in such meetings, I'll ask them to connect to Bluetooth or connect via mobile and just walk, by paying attention to the meeting. So it will also help them to cover those steps and achieve their goal. And in between also, I'll ask them to not to sit straight for 2 hours. I'll ask them to take a reminder and at least walk for 5 to 10 minutes. So this way they are able to incorporate that lifestyle changes easily, because it's just like 5 minutes or 10 minutes once in every 2 hours during the entire day, and it's not like a burden for them. And in fact, when it combined with the right food, you'll also feel like a lot of energy or activeness going through your body. In fact, many people reported that their productivity has increased. So when they see such benefits, right, there is no more need for you to say them to walk on a daily basis, because they're reaping those benefits and they're living that. So that is the best part of walking that I had while I'm coaching clients.
Awesome. Fantastic. I think one good thing that applies here is when you start the day on the right note, you have the day going in the right way. You start day with half an hour of walking, it's fantastic. You start the day on a good note. Let's say you finish as soon as you get up, half an hour of walking, you start on the day in which you feel that you accomplished something, right? You always start on a positive note. For that matter, if you're able to work out, fantastic. I mean, you can work out as well. But I think some kind of an activity for our body really helps us in kickstarting our day on the positive note. And when you do that by 1, you finish 6,000, 7,000 steps, right? You'll be like, I mean, you can finish 15,000 steps. But I don't recommend 15,000 steps. You're starting fresh, right? If, let's say, if you've not walked so far, I think it's better to start with 7, 8,000 steps to start with. As you go forward, you can improve that to 10, 12,000. 12,000 is good enough. I mean, beyond that, it's not required. See, anything you do in moderation is good. With beyond moderation, it may not be always right. So 10, 12,000 is always fantastic. And that's what I generally recommend. In fact, break it down like all of both of you talked about. If you accomplish something in the morning, that'll start the day on a positive note, right? So yeah, I think we've had quite a few points that came out here that can help our listeners. In fact, after listening to our talk, if you are sitting on a couch and scrolling on Instagram, make sure that you get up and walk, and make sure that what it's not always about entertainment. In fact, it's about what we can do for our health as well. So I think the simplest thing that we can do for our health is walking. So hope, I mean, we all added some kind of value. If you have something specific questions about walking or anything specific to health, you can always comment below, and you can make sure you share your thoughts. And if this podcast can help someone whom you feel that it can help them, you can feel free to share it. We'll be glad that if it goes out and it can add value to some people, that will fulfill our purpose of making this kind of series of podcasts. So thank you guys, thank you Sri Prakash, thank you Sandeep, for giving your time today. We had a lot of things pointed out. Hope this
Thank you
will
so much.
really add value to all of people watching this. And see you guys. Bye bye.